How do you lock in the name The Big Nerdy Biker? We're going to talk about it on this episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland proudly presents our spectacular festival pageant of nighttime magic and imagination.
On this episode, we're going to talk about a ride that took place on July 16th, Sunday, July 16th, where we went out and grabbed some lunch, and we went to see a Disney tribute band, the Little Mermen. Yes, a Disney tribute band. There's no better way to be locked down with the name The Big Nerdy Biker than taking the bike out to go see a Disney tribute band. But before we get started talking about that, I'm going to do the whole thing where I ask you to like, share, and subscribe. Liking, sharing, and subscribing works with the whole algorithm on every platform and helps us get in front of more people so we can build a bigger following. Bigger following hopefully involves more engagement where people are talking in the comments and we can have some conversations. And then also BigNerdyBiker.com, which has links to all my social medias and has our link to our merch store where you can buy things like the press them here. Oh, yes, yep. The press them here and hold on tight shirt. Let your old lady know how you want to handle that ride. Press them here, hold on tight, right? I'm going to run a commercial for the website and then we'll get talking about the things. I'll catch you on the other side. Hey, this is Joe the Big Nerdy Biker, reminding you that we have a website now. Go on over to BigNerdyBiker.com. On our website, you will find our merch store. On top of that, you will find access to all our videos, blogs, and social media links. As far as our merch goes, you'll find plenty of shirts and other clothing items that you can wear to any motorcycle event right now. So head on over to BigNerdyBiker.com and check it on out. Thank you, and we'll catch you on down the road. Bye. Alright, so this was filmed Sunday, July 16th. Once again, this was Harley Homecoming weekend. It was a big weekend for us. We were out and about. It was a great week for seeing bikes and cool cars out on the road. It was wonderful weather. People were in from out of town for the Harley thing. We avoided the Harley events just because they were just going to be too crowded. I didn't want to deal with that craziness. The big event for this day was only loosely planned. And I didn't buy the tickets until we were actually on lunch because we actually had several plans available to us and we totally overslept for about 4 things that we were potentially supposed to be doing this day. Speaking of lunch, we went to, we were headed out of Waukegan and we were riding around. We ended up going up to McHenry. We ended up at La Trinidad restaurant up in McHenry. It's 4401 West Elm Street in McHenry. It's in an old Pizza Hut. I had intended to go to another place that ended up being closed. The owner of this place, I believe, is a biker. I see a bike parked in front of it most of the time. He just happened to be closed on this Sunday, so I didn't get a chance to get in there and run a review on him. I was there once or twice, maybe a couple times, back around 2007-ish, 2008-ish when I lived in McHenry. So I don't remember what the food tasted like there. So I was like, this would be a good opportunity to do a review. But the place was closed, so we didn't get the opportunity to do that. So we got to La Trinidad. We walked inside. It's an old Pizza Hut. No problem. Sat down. The waitress came out to take our order. I ordered myself a Diet Pop. She ordered an iced tea. The pop was in a can, which is usually not a good sign because it usually means you're going to pay per drink. And I put down easily 3-4 drinks in a sitting. No problem when I'm out grabbing something to eat. So I wasn't thrilled with that. But I don't recall, but I think I only got charged for the one pop. And maybe I got charged for 2 of them. I only had 2 of them because they brought out a mug with ice in it. And that slowed me down some. I ordered a torta hawaiiana. A Hawaiian torta. It was roast pork, cheese, ham, and pineapple, plus tomatoes and more. Lori ordered herself a torta vuelta, which was a ribeye and pork. Both meals come out with rice and beans. So, we put in our order. They brought out the table salsa, and chips. Table salsa was pretty good. Lots of places have good table salsa. A lot of places have learned to make sure that table salsa is good, because if that table salsa sucks, I'm probably going to order the cheapest thing off the menu and just get myself out of Dodge, you know. So it's a good thing that places are learning to keep that table salsa, you know, good stuff. What the hell? As far as the atmosphere goes, it was you know, a light place, an old Pizza Hut, like I said. We were about the only people in there speaking English, which is good. Like, let you know that the food there's probably gonna taste the way that it should. They brought the meals out fairly quickly. Both came with rice and beans, and a little pile of lettuce and tomatoes on top of it. The beans came in these little tortilla cups, right? Like tiny taco salad cups, which I thought was really cool, with an additional like triangle tortilla sticking out the top, you know, kind of like a shark fin. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really smart way to serve your beans when you're serving refried beans. Like, this is a thing more places should do. But the Hawaiian the torta Hawaiina was really good. I very much enjoyed it. This is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean the Hawaiian one with the pineapple. Like, I'm not a big fruit guy, but like the combination is really good. And pork and fruit's always a good combination. The food with the meat was fairly tender. The pineapple and ham and all that was really, really good. Tasted really good together. I normally don't get tortas because they tend to be a little bit messier, and I don't do messy food really well. But it was really tasty. It was falling apart a little bit as I ate it because of my inability to hold stuff together. But I thought it was really good. She definitely had no complaints about her torta vuelta. I finished off the last couple bites of it for her, and it was really good. I definitely won the draft in ordering with the Hawaiian torta. It was very, very good. So we ate. We hung around for a little bit. Like I said, while we were waiting for the food to come out, I ordered tickets for the main event, and we ended up taking off. And we just had to backtrack a little bit back through McHenry because we ended up on the far side of it for the restaurant. Like I said, there was like two places I wanted to go to that were, like I said, the one place wasn't open, the other place doesn't exist anymore. It's now a Starbucks, and I just don't do the whole Starbucks thing. So what we were going to do was a surprise for Lori. I didn't tell her what we were going to do, right? I told her I have kind of a plan, and when we were sitting at lunch and I didn't have other options, and it's not like it was like I was looking for other options hard, like this was in the back of my mind for a couple weeks actually. I said, screw it, this is what we're going to do. So we pulled into downtown McHenry. We ended up at the Vixen, which is a newish concert hall venue down there that opened up a little ways ago. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but it's been there for a minute. The address for the Vixen is 1208 North Green Street in McHenry. This is my first time at the venue, but they regularly have big acts there, like Powerman 5000 played the week following this. And they have stand-up comedy events like every week. So they're a big place. They always have something going on. But she also didn't know what we were going there for. Like, I was playing a game, I was keeping it secret. She did try cheating and checking the marquee, but the event wasn't posted on the marquee, which I thought was hysterical. They had all these other ones. They had the Thunder from Down Under male strippers on the thing. They had these country singers coming up. They had Powerman 5000 on there. They had everything but what we were there for. So after, we kind of got our stuff together, we went into the Vixen. And as soon as we walked through the doors, it was fantastic. We saw adult fans dressed as Disney princesses, like 40, 50, 60-year-old women in full-on, like, Cinderella costumes. With their children and grandchildren dressed like Belle from Beauty and the Beast and other assorted princesses. The bartenders were dressed in Disney costumes like Belle and other Disney princesses. And that's why I let her know that we were there for the Disney tribute band, the Little Mermen.
Who is the fairest?
I just thank the Lord she didn't live to see her son as a mermaid. Merman. Merman.
So there's a couple bars at the Vixen, and they had a special drink menu at those bars. And they were all Disney themed drinks. Lori ordered what they called a Jack Sparrow, which was listed as Captain Morgan, Malibu, orange, pineapple, and cranberry juice. Lori got it without the orange and doubled up on the pineapple because she can't do orange because of allergies. I had a couple Diet Pops, but about halfway through the show, I went and ordered a shot, in quotation marks. It was like half a drink. It was a lot more than one shot that they called the Drink Me Potion shot, which was Midori, blue curacao, and pineapple juice. They also had themed drinks for the kids, which were flavored lemonades and Sprite. But hey, they hooked the kids up. They let them be part of the fun as far as the themed drinks, which I think was great.
Drink my potion. I was like, and it's a shot. I was like, I don't have to have a whole drink. Yeah. It's a shot. Well, it's a whole drink, but it's a shot, right? I'm like, well, and then I asked lady, is it just a shot or is it a whole drink, just to make sure? She's like, it's a little more than a shot. I'm like, that's good.
Yeah, because I don't think that's bad. This drink was only $8.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And
It was-
the amount of, she put...
It was $12 for the shot in the Pepsi, in the Coke. The shot, yeah, so it was $9 for this.
Yeah.
But this got a good amount of booze in it for what it is.
So we're in there, and the show started a little bit late. No surprise. Nobody ever starts right on time, right? But the Little Mermen hit the stage, and they came out. The male lead singer and guitar player was dressed as Aladdin. The two female singers were dressed as Ariel and Moana. They had Woody on keyboards, a guy dressed as a Cheshire Cat on bass, and a guy dressed as either Mr. Smee from Peter Pan, Captain Hook's sidekick, Mr. Smee, or a dwarf playing drums. I never quite figured out what he was. They immediately kicked into a cover of Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid, which I wasn't so sure on, like what's going on. I was like, okay, because they played it pretty tight to the movie, but I was sold on the second song when they went into a disco break during the song Part of Your World, and when I was relieved they weren't going to just play all the songs like they do on TV. Like, they were going to have a little bit of fun with playing these songs, which I thought was awesome. Especially when they kicked into a disco break out of nowhere for no good reason. So I was like, alright, I'm sold. They basically stuck to the structure of doing 2 songs per movie throughout the show. So if they did The Little Mermaid, they do Under the Sea and Part of Your World. If they did Frozen, they did Do You Want to Build a Snowman and another one. I forget what the other one was. but they would do 2 songs per movie as they went through typically. There were some exceptions to the rules, but they would typically do 2 songs from a movie back to back. Some of the highlights, for me at least, were they did the DuckTales theme. Which I thought was fantastic. Like that really sold me. Like I was already biting off the disco break. They did a medley that was like a Disney rides medley, which they had Hi Ho from Snow White because of a ride, but they used it as an excuse and got away with the technicality to play Walk This Way by Aerosmith, because I guess Aerosmith has a ride at Disney. I've never been to Disney. I don't know. I have to take their word for it. But yeah, they were able to kick in Walk This Way, which is really cool to get some Aerosmith in the middle of this. They did Bare Necessities off of the Jungle Book, which was really good. And they pulled off live Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious from Mary Poppins. Right? Very unexpected. That's a lot of syllables to be spitting out during a thing really fast. It was super impressive to see live, but it was very lost on the kids. Matter of fact, the family that was sitting near us, the kids were talking like, they're like, what movie is this from? And the parents were like, it's from Mary Poppins. Have you never seen Mary Poppins? They're like, no, we've never seen Mary Poppins. And the parents were like, oh, well, I guess we have to have you watch Mary Poppins. So about halfway through the show, they took a break, which you kind of expect. I mean, they played an hour strong and kept going the whole time. And they changed it to Mickey Mouse Club outfits. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and Pluto when they came out. And they did the Mickey Mouse theme to start that second part of the set. They ended up closing the show with like a 2-for-1 deal, where it was Be Like You from the Jungle Book, and the Mickey Mouse Club theme again, but the ending, that now it's time to say goodbye, Mickey Mouse Club theme, which was actually kind of sad, but also the perfect closer. There was no encore, which was kind of a bummer. Like, I expected them to go off stage, wait a minute or two, and just come blasting out with like Hakuna Matata, right? Which I thought would have been excellent. Like, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm playing the old rules from when I used to go to concerts all the time. Of like, oh, you don't go until the lights come on, and then the lights are on. I'm like, oh shoot, I guess it's time to go. But yeah, I was a little bummed that they didn't do an encore. You know, I was really surprised that of the Lion King songs that they played, that Hakuna Matata wasn't one of them. After the show, the band hung out in the foyer to do picks, where it was a pretty good line to get to, but it was very cool that they hung out after the show to do picks. Really, the only other, like, so these guys are, you know, they're a national touring thing. Really, one of the few other bands I see do this regularly has been Jackal. So, you know, props to these guys. Also, always props to Jackal. But yeah, we chose not to stand in line to take pictures with these guys. The line was really long, and we just were like, you know what, we don't need to do that. Like, it was a cool show and all, but like, if I'm not going to talk to them, I don't want to just stand in line to go stand in front of the little screen and take a picture with the people dressed up as the Mickey Mouse Club, right? And then we just headed home, right? It was a good day. Shot back home because Lori had to grab her stuff and head off for home because she had to work the next day. And that wrapped up Harley Homecoming weekend for us, which was a really good weekend. So to wrap things up in this video, La Trinidad Mexican restaurant, again on Elm Street in McHenry. I recommend it. It's if you're in McHenry and in the mood for Mexican food, it's worth stopping. I don't know that it's worth going far out of your way for it, but it's definitely worth dropping in and having some chow. The Vixen in McHenry on Green Street, as a venue, it's a cool place. I'm definitely planning on catching more shows there. I like the layout of the place and the way that the bars are laid out in the place. So that's really good. And finally, the Little Mermen. Oh, one more thing about the Little Mermen. Their logo is both the fin of a mermaid and a mustache at the same time, which I thought was super clever. But Little Mermen, I had an amazing time. They put on a fantastic show. One of the most together bands I've ever seen live. And to date, this is my highest recommendation on my channel. Like, they tour. If you see them, go. Like, it's a ton of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's just a great atmosphere and a great show that they put on for you. So definitely go check them out. But yeah, that's about going to do it for this episode. I'm going to ask you, like usual, to do the whole like, share, and subscribe. Liking, sharing, and subscribing obviously helps us out, helps with the algorithms. It gets us in front of more people. And subscribing lets you know whenever I put a new video out there. So that's, good for me at least. We got the website, BigNerdyBiker.com, which has links to all of my social media, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Also has links to our merch store where you can pick up a variety of shirts that we have available. Like the, press them here and hold on tight shirt. And that's about going to do it. I'll catch you guys on down the road. See you later. Bye.